Hey everyone, right now I'm in my 35th country, Slovakia. I'm in the capital Bratislava, and my first impression is honestly that it's the quietest capital city I've ever been to in the entire world. So let me show you around. So right now I'm heading across this bridge towards the historic center, headed towards the Old Town Square. And for some context, right now it is a Saturday, probably around like 10 or 10:30 in the morning. And it's important to note that it is February, which is the low season for tourism here. In most cities in Europe, most people are probably visiting in the summer or in December and around Christmas time. So I'm sure that it is a lot busier during those peak seasons. But at least when I'm here right now, it's very relaxed, very chill here. There's coffee shops, and there's a sign here that says Historical Center this way. And look at this, picturesque. It's got the classic cobblestone streets. And down this way is a beautiful alley. Only one other person in here right now. And behind is the St. Michael's, that tower right there. St. Michael's Tower, I think it's called. St. Michael's Church. And I posted a reel the other day about how I find Bratislava to be really safe, really quiet, nice city. And there's a lot of debate in the comments of people saying it's actually boring. And I'm just curious what people define as a boring city. Is it like a lack of nightlife? Is it something else, not enough sights to see? But I found it to be a really nice city, so. And where I'm heading now is towards the main strip here. There's lots of restaurants, bars, souvenir shops. Kind of like a touristy street. So you have like an I Heart Bratislava thing, but where I live in Prague right now, a street like this at this time of day on the weekend is filled with people. Guess right here is the original Slovak restaurant. I didn't end up eating there, but heading to the left here is towards the main square. Let's see what's happening. A few people out and about. It's interesting, there's a Scottish pub and an Irish pub. The Dubliner Irish pub right downtown here. And some type of museum with these dolls. Interesting. Starbucks, of course, but now we've made it to the main square in the old historic center. And look at this. There's a total of, I think, 5 people here. It's beautiful. And I guess maybe this is why people will call it boring. There's not a lot of people around, but I think that's nice. I think it's very relaxing and easy to enjoy a city when you kind of have more space to yourself. I do find this square interesting though, because there's a bunch of flags for embassies and stuff, like the Japanese embassy over here, France behind me, in Interesting. But up ahead is running into our first tour group. I can't stress enough that I feel like in Prague, when I go out anywhere, I see countless tour groups, especially in these parts of town, so it's very interesting. But this is the famous man at work statue. It's like a guy who's coming out of a sewer. People like to see, take pictures of. Interesting. I'll definitely have to come back in the busy season and compare. And honestly, maybe it's just because I'm coming from a very big, busy city that it feels this way. Someone coming from a small town might think there's a lot happening, you know? So context is everything, I think. This is the Slovak National Theater right here. I'm coming up on more of a main street here. Wider roads for cars, some trams. It's very interesting. As you can probably tell by this video and other videos I've made, I love just going to a city, just walking as much as I can. I figured why not just turn on a camera and walk and show what I actually see. At some point soon I do want to go to the eastern side of Slovakia, go to like the Tatras Mountains. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Tatras. Do some winter sport or go hiking in the warm weather. And to be fair, it was interesting. The other night we were walking here, I believe it was on a Thursday night, and there's a huge protest happening right in this part of town. But I don't think I'm versed enough to speak on Slovak politics. All I know is that it was a protest against some new rulings by the government, but I don't want to say anything incorrect, so that's all I really know. Should look into it more when I have a minute. I'm seeing a sign here for the presidential palace to the right. So I think that's where I'm gonna head. And the end of this video, I'll show the palace. But this right here is pretty nice as well, though. You're in like a pedestrian street. Lots of room for walking. There's tons of trees lining this, so I'm sure that they have some really good greenery. I'm not sure. There's some statues over here. A park. This here seems like a tram street, and And there's a lot of shops, a lot of stores, restaurants, more. There's cool artwork. It's pencil. That's really interesting. But we're gonna head back and keep going towards the presidential palace. That sign. The palace is this way. They have a casino here. Banco Casino. Kind of interesting to me. This building looks more like a government type building or a school, like a university or something, not a casino. I don't think there's a metro here. There's something underground. So I'm gonna head there on the way to the palace and see what this is. Not sure. Maybe it's just like a tunnel to get to the other side. That's exactly what it is. A tunnel to the other side. Hopefully this brings me up right at the palace. I'm actually in like an underground mall. How did I get here? Head back above ground. And there it is. The Slovak Presidential Palace. And again, it's like there's no one here seeing this site. If you go to something like this in the heart of a city elsewhere, I think it'd be really busy. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just really interesting to me. This is beautiful. Nice art. Some hotels around. Really cool. All right, everyone, so that's gonna do it for this video. I really enjoyed here in Bratislava, if you can't tell. Can't wait to come back and explore more Slovakia in the future. Have a good one.